what are you focusing on? What are your major areas of focus? And how do you run your own internal operations? Can you give us a little inkling into that, please?
Yeah, I think the role of a CFO is really twofold, especially in this space. First off, you're looking at the deals, you're underwriting deals, you're doing more of the investment management.
Yes.
On the other side of the coin, you're doing a lot of the operationals, financial reporting, internal controls, governance, risk management. And I think that you're probably splitting your time equally between the two. When you're underwriting a new deal, you're not only looking at a lot of the inputs that you're getting from third parties, whether it's designers, your GCs, or maybe even some of your brokers or property managers, but you also are going to be the one who is responsible to verify a lot of those assumptions, support them, be able to defend them, and then lastly, stress test them.
Yes.
So when I'm looking at a deal, I am doing all of those things, getting those data points from all of the third parties, and then doing my own independent research. And I think where it all starts is, first off, looking at the land basis. You got to make sure that you're buying the land right, because that's something that can't be undone. And ultimately, that's always going to be your fallback plan. If development costs aren't working, or for one reason or another, the product type isn't working, if you bought the land right, there's always going to be options for you to come up profitable on the deal.
Right.
Secondly, then you also have to verify all the cost. You are getting input from designers, engineers, GCs, but you also have to know where things are going. So in all of these financial models, being forward-looking, none of them are going to be perfect. Everybody's making their best guess. But I think the goal is to be able to say, these are the implicit assumptions I'm making in inputting one of these numbers into a model. And you have to be able to defend and justify why you're making that assumption. So that might not even be a quantitative assumption. That might be more of a stance on where you think commodity prices are going, or what you think demand is going to look like in 2 to 3 years to be able to support some sort of rent inflation. So you have to be able to take these stances, defend them, and then what you want to do, like I said, stress test them. Let's say that one of your best case scenarios doesn't go as planned, then what do returns like?
Right.
And then if you're in that scenario, what do you do to remedy that?
Yes.
So then 2-3 years down the line, you are prepared for any scenario that may come about as you go through the development process.
Yes.
And then I would say on the other side of the coin, the operations, reporting, internal control side of things, I think that's very important, especially when you are managing other people's money. First and foremost, you have to be a good custodian of capital.
Yes.
So not only are you investing your money in worthwhile projects and you're going to give them returns that are going to be in line with industry standards,
yes,
but you're also going to be reporting to them and taking care of that money that in a way that they can be comfortable with. So that's going to come down to how you are communicating to them, how transparent you are with them, what sort of financials are you presenting to them. And I think that that's very important, especially in the early days.
Yes.
Because as you start to grow and scale the company, it only becomes harder.
Yes.
So I think what we're doing now in the early stages is paramount to how we can continue to grow and scale and continue to be good custodians of capital at a much larger scale.